So what we're going to do now is I'm going to hand over to Mark, who's going to do the screen share, and we're going to give you a preview of our work in progress of the AI chat that we're going to put into Grid, so you can actually, I mean, for want of a better phrase, talk to your grid. So to sort of a bit tie it back to source grounding is what it's doing is when you're chatting with your grid, we are actually grounding the chat in what is in that grid. The content of the elements, any delivery data, things like that, it is grounded within the data of your grid. So it's it's related to source grounding in that if you were just chatting to the generic model in a grid, I mean, there wouldn't be much point. You'd just be talking to a generic model in a chat interface in a grid. We've passed it the information from MetaGrid so that you're completely relevant and you can use the AI to find out things about your grids in MetaGrid. It will become much better and more obvious when Mark demos it, which he will do now. There we go.
Thank you. Yeah, the other thing to say about this as well is all of those things we've just said about data security and locations and encryption, they are all true of the AI chat as they were for source ground. But yes, so this is, and as Jody said, this is a work in progress. This is something that is actively being developed. So for demo purposes, I'm slightly crossing my fingers. You might have to bear with us slightly, but hopefully it's all going to go well. So this is a project we have set up. It's got some example data in it. Take this new button up here called AI Assistant. When I click on that, that is going to open up this AI Assistant chat window. And this is the place where we can talk to our grid, or we can ask it questions about MetaGrid, or we can ask it things about our grid specifically. So we've got these sort of quick example prompts we can ask it. I'm just going to pick one of these rather than type something in. So I'll do this one. So just show me a RAG breakdown for this grid. I count the number of elements that are red, amber, and green, put the results into a table for me. And hopefully what that is going to come back with is a nice table of our data. We give it a second and it doesn't embarrass me. I'll give it a few seconds, or if not, I will refresh and try again. As I said, this is a work in progress.
Yes.
As is always the case, this worked before I was doing it on a live demo. Oh, I've been logged out, that's why.
Right.
We were waiting for too long before we did the demo. I got timed out of MetaGrid.
Timed out. This is a security feature. You can, in fact, if you wish in MetaGrid, set a custom timeout length.
Yes, that's why I did that to demo that
Yeah.
feature. Okay, so now that I am actually logged in and my session hasn't timed out, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to ask it for a RAG breakdown of the grid. Hopefully it's going to show me a table of, there we go. So it's given me a quick table just showing how many elements in this grid are red, amber, and green. I can ask it a follow-up. I can ask it to sort of drill down into that. So I'll ask it to break that down by theme, let's say. Showing each theme as a row with columns green, amber, red, say none, and a total column. So that is going to drill down into that data that it initially came back with, and it's going to give me a bit more detail. So it's giving me a table of the RAG status by theme, so I can see how each theme of the status is going. I can ask it, let's say I want to visualize that, I can ask it to generate a chart for me. I can give it detailed instructions, you know, if I wanted to a certain layout of the chart, if I wanted certain colors or certain data labels, but I'll tell it to just choose it itself. I'll say use appropriate labels and colors. I could go into detail, like I said, and give it specific instructions for what I want the chart to look like, but for demo purposes, I'll just ask it to do whatever it thinks is best. So there we go, it's given us this chart. It's a bit small, so let me open it in a different tab. You can see it's built us this chart showing all the RAG information broken down by the different themes. So, obviously we could save that, do whatever we want with it. The other thing you can do, if I ask it to export that table into an Excel file, but I want to take that, I want to import it into a different tool, do some more analysis of it. It has generated that Excel file for me, so I'll just quickly open that so we can see it. And there we go. This is again the same table, just in Excel form, so I can do whatever I want with that at that point. So that is a quick overview. The other things, just to link it back to Jodie's demo earlier, this chat will use the same instructions that the content generation does. So, if you have any tone and language instructions in here, it'll follow them as well. I'll give you a quick example of that. So let's say I wanted to respond in French. And we'll go back to our chat. We can start a new conversation here. So I'll just start a new blank conversation, and I'll ask it, let's say I'm asking it something about method grid. I want to know, how do I clone an element? And again, to the source ground points, this chat has been grounded on knowledge of method grids generically, how to do things within method grid. So it should have access to that information. And here we go. It's given me that information about how to clone an element in method grids. It's given me a link that hopefully goes somewhere relevant. Yes, it's given me a link to the method grid help file, and it has, as with the purpose of this demo, written it all in French.